Well, coming to you from Lily's dog apartment. It's pretty bright in here. It's actually the brightest room I've ever painted, because I don't use white paint. But we did in here, and it just fits. She likes it. I like it. It's a laundry room / dog apartment. Well, I get a lot of comments about people wondering why I choose to live alone. I've made several videos about this. Why I like to live alone and why I don't have a female companion. Why I don't go out and hang out with a bunch of friends. Well, so I thought I'd make a list, compile a list and think of some things. And I sat there for a couple hours last night. Just something would come to mind and I'd jot it down. And then I made a list and I said, well, you know what? These are the good reasons why I like to live alone. I want to die alone, be a hermit. You ready for this list? I said, are you ready for this list? All right. Some of you may not agree with me, but others, you're going to be like, yeah, man, that dude knows what he's talking about. I know. That's how I'm imagining people reacting when I tell them my list. Well, advantages to being alone. It's what I titled it. Okay, that's unique. You think clearly. No noise, no drama, no outside influence steering your decisions. Man, that's awesome. Ain't nobody going, Can we go over to the restaurant and have some baked potatoes? You don't have to decide on any of that because ain't nobody suggesting that. That's right, because you live alone. You grow faster. You learn to fix your own problems. You build skills and you become self-reliant. Well, I believe that is 100% true because there was things I didn't know how to do when I took on this place, but I know how to do them now. If I would have had somebody standing there nagging on me the whole time, I would have never learned nothing. In fact, I would have probably ran into the woods, dug a hole, and jumped in it. Because there were some frustrating times here, and I don't think I could have got through it with another person in the mix. Zero. Absolutely zero peer pressure. We all know what peer pressure is, right? Nobody pushing you into bad habits, trends, or money-wasting nonsense. That's right. I do that enough on my own that I don't need a secondary option for doing these things. I can get myself into plenty of trouble just on my own. Not a problem. Another nice thing is it's your life and you live it at your own pace. Whether that's fast, slow, whatever it is, nobody sets the pace of your life except you. You eat when you want, you sleep when you want, you work when you want. There's no list hanging on the refrigerator. Honey-do list, take out the trash, fix this, fix that. You already know these things in your mind, and you'll do them when you damn well want to do them, and not a minute sooner. I like that part. There's no emotional drains. No walking on eggshells. No energy vampires. Oh, I can remember so many relationships. Oh, I better not say that. You're walking on eggshells all the time. You don't know what their mood is, so you just got to feel out their moods first, and then you decide what you can say to that person. Ain't doing it anymore. Just not. You notice nature a lot more. I have found that to be very, very true, especially living where I live. Quiet makes the woods much louder. Did you catch that part? Quiet makes the woods much louder. And the sounds you hear coming out of the woods are a whole lot better than sounds you would hear coming out of another human being's lips. If I still got you here, because there's more. I love it, man. I love it. You save money. Oh, yeah. Being alone cuts out 90% of impulse spending caused by other people. That is a big true right there. You don't go into Walmart or Target or any other shopping centers. Number one, I don't go to those places alone anyway, unless I'm specifically seeking one item that I have to go to one. Maybe my shoes, okay? I'll go to a special shoe store. But I'm not driving down the road and I don't have anybody in the passenger seat that says, "Oh, look at that store over there. Can we go there?" I ain't going there because I don't look over that way and I ain't looking for nowhere to go shopping. You avoid unnecessary conflict. That's right. No arguments, no tension, no worrying about who's mad today. Well, we just talked about that. You ain't got to worry about any of that because, well, there ain't nobody there. Oh, I got my dogs, my laser engravings in my dogs, but you know what? They don't ever ask for nothing. They don't. Not even my real dogs. Well, now that's a lie because it seems every 15 minutes Rooster wants a treat. Somebody wants a treat. And if somebody wants a treat, they all know somebody is getting a treat, and therefore all three of them have to get a treat. You can't fool a dog when treats are involved. You just can't. You can actually focus. Projects get finished because distractions go away. Okay, well, projects get finished. Well, maybe that one's not so true, but that falls into some of the other things that are good, you know. You can do stuff when you want. That's the one thing I think if somebody lived here with me would probably get done more, is the projects would probably get finished a little quicker. Because I'd be nagged constantly. Are you going to finish that closet? No, I'm going to get in there and I ain't coming out ever. That's what I'm going to do. You become comfortable with yourself. I know that's true. Most people never reach that level of peace. They just don't. They're too busy trying to please other people, trying to take care of other people. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with being with other people. It's just not for me anymore. I tried that life. I tried it. It wasn't for me. I didn't fit in with that. And there are a lot of people out here that don't. And especially today, people are getting very difficult to get along with. You can't even have friends long because they're just, I don't know. You tell me what they are. Privacy becomes your superpower. That's right. Nobody knows your business and nobody judges your choices. I don't have to say, well, I'm going to go do this. And somebody's going to question, well, why do you want to do that? How are you going to do that? Can you afford to do that? Maybe I can't afford to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Usually that's what got me in trouble in relationships, because I would do it anyway because I did what I wanted. Maybe I'm a very selfish person, but it's what makes me tick. And I tick well being a selfish person. You age slower. Less stress, fewer headaches, and fewer cortisol spikes. I don't know about all that, but I do feel good. Would I have changed the lifestyle that I am leading now, that I started recently in the last couple of years? Would I have done this? Would I have lost weight? Would I have changed the way I cook and eat had there been a significant other in the house? Probably not, because you have to get both people, or however many people, are in your family or in your household. Lily keeps peeking in. She's afraid of the tripod here. You have to get all those people on board with you to make changes that significant. I needed nobody to get on board with. I just did it. And that is one advantage there. I just did it and it worked out, and I feel so much better for making that decision. It's something I will never regret doing. That is a big problem today with weight loss. You just got to get everybody, if you live under one roof, you got to get everybody on board with what you are trying to accomplish, and that is nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. People are addicted to food, they're addicted to sugar, and trying to get everybody to change with you, it's usually not going to work. And you discover what you truly like. Music, hobbies, routines, whatever it is, not what others want. A lot of times our lives are just filled with things others like. You get in a relationship, you rent a house together, you buy a home together. The woman puts up all her stuff on the wall, yet you have nowhere to put your stuff. Your stuff is gaudy. They don't want to see it. So you're forced to sit in a living room on a sofa, probably with a floral pattern, and look at signs like, love is in the air, family is everything. I don't have to look at that. I can put up a sign on my wall that says, cow shit is brown. And I might like that sign. And nobody's going to look at that and say, you can't have nothing like that on the wall. That's terrible. Well, it's my sign, and I put it on the wall, and I like it. I'm almost done. And, you know, this is like an endless list. It is, and I had to stop it at some point. You get more done, is another one. You get more done in a day, and actually you do. Your productivity goes up because you don't have constant interruptions. Have you ever been, you know, when you're married or when somebody's in your house and you're out working and you're in the middle of cutting a piece of wood and, Herkimer! Herkimer! And you think you hear something. Oh, what, dear? Have you seen my loofah that was in the shower? You don't get that. There's nobody to scream at you, asking you where something is, or how to do something, or can you help them out with something? You don't get that. You just don't get that. Freedom. Here's my favorite. I saved it for one of the last ones because it's one of my favorites. Freedom from social obligations. Yeah. No more forced gatherings. No more fake conversations. No pretending. No more weddings. None of that nonsense. Men hate going to weddings. I don't care what your man says to you right now. If your man likes going to weddings, he might be a transvestite. That's all I'm going to say, because a man, I don't know one man on earth that has ever told me, I like going to weddings. Well, there is one reason why they would like going. That's an open bar. That's why I used to go. But I only went because they forced me to go. I'd have to go to weddings to people I didn't even know. Well, I went to school with her 20 years ago. She's getting married. We got to go. We got invited. I don't know. And I don't care. And I don't want to watch them do their stupid dancing. Okay? I'm going to go pull myself up to the open bar and make a fool out of myself. That's what I'm going to do. I am Lily. Lily's in here. I do have a live audience, folks. Lily. You control your own environment. That is a good one. The temperature in your house is set to your liking. The noise, the layout, the home projects, they're all tailored to you, not somebody else. As I said, you got your shit on the wall, nobody else's. Yeah, that's important. If you are in a relationship, it is very important, ladies or men, give each other that certain room, a man cave, a she shed, whatever. Have your crap in there. Make the living room neutral. Put neutral things on the wall. What is a neutral thing? I don't know. A picture of a seashell walking down the road with a Harley jacket on. I don't know what neutral is, but find something you both would like. Find something that if somebody were to walk in your door, they wouldn't be able to tell if it was a man's place or a woman's place. It would be a neutral place. Walk into a doctor's office, see what kind of crap they got on their walls, and that's what you put on your walls in the living room. Then the man cave can have anything it wants, and the she shed can have anything it wants, and then you guys can go hang out in there separately, and you'd be like you're alone, and you'd be much happier. Peace becomes normal. And once you're used to peace, you will never tolerate chaos ever. Ever. Oh, come here, Lily. I'm sorry I scared her. Again, come here. They don't see you. Let's show them you. Yes, I crunched that paper and I scared the tarnation out of her. It's okay. All right, guys, well, there's my list. Now, it's just a life I choose, okay? I enjoy being alone. I don't ever see myself doing anything different because I enjoy it. But I don't try to push that on people. There are certain people, my age that they have found this is what gives them happiness. And it may not give you happiness. Some people are very miserable alone. I'm not one of those people. It doesn't bother me. I do not get lonely. It doesn't bother me one bit. I prefer that life. So don't feel sorry for me, because if I didn't want to be alone, I would cure that problem. I could cure it pretty quick. But I want to be alone. I don't even let people stay on my property because that's my peace. Even just an overnight guest in your home disturbs your peace one way or another. It changes your routine, and people don't like, especially me, I don't like my routine changed or interrupted. Yes, I guess I'm selfish in that way. But you have to do in this lifetime what makes you happy, and that's going to make you an overall better person. Thanks for watching. Happy trails!